Well, it's finally happened. The deal has been done. 100 million over 4 years. I'm going to break it down right after this.
It's time to see red.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, and welcome back to another episode of Chicago Bulls Chat, a See Red UK podcast with me, Neill. So it's happened. The Josh Giddey deal has been signed. The day that we've all been waiting for, whether it was so that you could complain about it or praise it or just analyze it, has finally arrived. Josh Giddey has signed with the Chicago Bulls over 4 years for $100 million. That's a $25 million per year contract, which is exactly what I was talking about leading up to this day. The 25 million is the midway point between the 20 million that the Bulls were allegedly looking for initially and the 30 million that apparently Josh Giddey's camp was looking for. So this is slap bang in the middle. And the thing that I like about it is, according to reports from Shams and Casey Johnson, there is no player deal or team deal involved in this. It's a straight 4-year, 100 million contract. And I'm happy about that because there's no stalemate towards the end of this now. This is just a 4-year contract that can or cannot be extended towards the end of the 4 years, depending on how this all turns out. It's a movable contract if things don't pan out the way they hope it will. But at the same time, it's a great deal if things do pan out the way the Bulls hope they do with Josh Giddey. Josh has put it up onto his Instagram page already as well himself. So he's obviously happy that this has been resolved. And I'm sure a lot of people around Bulls Nation are contemplating what this means exactly for the future of this franchise. Personally, I am a Josh Giddey fan. I'm not a Josh Giddey stan, but I am a fan. I do believe that he is certainly part of the future of this franchise. This is the way the Bulls have been built to work around a player such as Josh Giddey. I'm more on for building with Josh Giddey as opposed to building around him, but it is kind of leaning more towards the fact that the Bulls have built this kind of foundation around a player such as Josh to carry this team forward. So what does this mean? This means we can finally start settling down and preparing for the upcoming season, preseason, and training camp, which is a good thing. It means they can come together now and they can start concentrating and put their focus where we need it to be instead of on a contract or a what if. And, you know, is he going to take a qualifying offer or is he going to get a deal or is he going to take that punt on himself? It's all done now. It's put to bed. We can move forward. Josh Giddey can move forward. The Chicago Bulls can move forward. And the entire player team roster can move forward because now they know who is going to be carrying this ball and carrying the torch forward for the Chicago Bulls. The question is now, will Josh Giddey live up to the hype? Will he live up to the expectation? And will he prove the doubters that are out there? Because there's still a lot of them out there. Will he prove them wrong? There's been a lot of pressure and an awful lot of expectation heaped on the fact that it was only 20 games or 19 games of him playing well. And what happens to the other 60 games that he didn't play well. And see, I think the point is being missed a little bit here with this, because if you don't see the fact that Josh was being stymied leading up to that turn of form, there were several factors behind this too. But if you couldn't see that, and that enabled him to outperform the way he played for the front half and so on of the season last year, then I don't know what to tell you. The guy was unable to play his game, right? And everyone talks about, Josh Giddey's no good unless the ball is in his hands. Well, that was the problem. The ball wasn't in his hands. The ball ended up back in his hands when the move with Zach was made, and it transformed Josh Giddey's play as a Chicago Bull. This is now starting out the next season with Josh Giddey knowing that he is the focus of point guard, point forward, whatever you want to call him. The ball is going to be in his hands. He is going to be controlling the offense. He is going to be running the plays, and that's where he is comfortable. So that's a big part of what's going to help him flourish moving forward from the start of the season to the end of the season. Now, I'm not saying he's going to come out now next season and play all 82 games the way he finished with the last 20 odd games. I'm not saying that. I am a realist. As much as I like to hype and love this team and be a fan, you've got to be a little bit realistic too. And the chances of him playing to that level is slim across the whole course of the season. And he may not come out of the gates playing like that straight away, but I think he'll find his feet fairly quickly. Now, at the moment, we don't know. It's all hypotheses, but that's what I expect to see from Josh Giddey. I expect him to come in now feeling his worth. And yeah, it's 5 million per year shy of what his camp were allegedly looking for, but it's not down the bottom end hardball 20 million that the Bulls were allegedly offering him, and then that rose to 22. This is the 25 that is the happy compromise slap bang in the middle between Josh and the Chicago Bulls. The 25 million per year is fair for the Bulls and it's fair for Josh. Now, at the moment, a lot of people are going to say 25 million is an overpay. And if Josh doesn't come out firing on all cylinders across the course of the season, then that's only going to fire those people up. However, if Josh comes out playing even close to how he was playing towards the back half of the season last year after the Zach trade was done, then you've got yourself an absolute bargain. Because he was playing at all-star level at that back end of the season. I mean, he was near on averaging a triple-double. He was barely shy of a triple-double on average. And 25 million per year for a triple-double player is an absolute bargain. So let's hope he gets close to that at least. I mean, we know, and he knows where his shortfallings are, and he made a point of working on them towards the end of the season last year. And if he can continue to do that moving forward into this season, work on his defense, because his defense isn't terrible. His defense on the ball and his help defense isn't bad. His help defense is actually quite good. And he improved in his defense as the season went on. And with a player like Josh Giddey, who works hard, because this guy has high-level work ethics. He has been in the gym all summer. He has been playing down in Australia. He's been getting involved. He's been playing with old teammates and rec teams. And he's been playing with the higher-level players down in the NBL, down with his friends in Australia. I genuinely think this guy has the work ethic and the want and the drive to improve himself, because this is the chance he's been waiting for. This is the point at which he's gone, look, in OKC, it didn't quite pan out for him. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, his rise to fame and stardom really stopped the progression of Josh Giddey. It really hurt his development as a player. And the move to Chicago was definitely a very, very good move for him. But like that, again, the ball was out of his hands up to a point until Zach got moved along. Once DeMar and Zach, obviously DeMar was before Josh's arrival, but once they were taken out of the Bulls offense, the ball now will move more. There's going to be a hell of a lot less stick ball, right? It's not going to be sticking in a player's hands like it has done over the course of the first half of last season and the number of seasons previous to that with the likes of Zach and DeMar, who hold the ball and go ISO and like to run the clock. That's not going to happen. This Bulls team now, under the guise of Josh Giddey carrying the ball and leading this team, the ball is going to move, the pace is going to be high, the shots are going to fly, the passes are going to fly. There's going to be the birth of a like almost Lob City type style of play, I think, as well, with the likes of Matas and Asenge and Okoro, who we know like to get on the end of lobs. I genuinely think that I'm not saying that the Bulls are now going to be massive contenders. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that this is going to trend now and move towards an exciting brand of basketball like we were seeing towards the end of last season. But that's only going to remain that way and get better. it's going to be fun to watch the Bulls again. I genuinely think it's going to be exciting to get up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, as I have to living over here in Ireland, and sit down and watch the games. And instead of having to watch awful, painful basketball, I'm going to get to see some exciting, fun basketball again. And that really, really excites me. I am so thrilled that this deal got done. I don't think that this is the completion of what we know as the Chicago Bulls. I think it's probably what we'll see for this season. The only other move that I could see kind of coming down the line is the potential move maybe towards the trade deadline of Vooch, but that has to be done the right way for the right player. And I don't know if that will get done really this season at all now. But look, Vooch is not a bad player by any stretch of the imagination. He's a bit of a scapegoat at times. He does get a bit of a raw deal from fans and analysts alike. But Vooch is a double-double machine. And with the ascension of Matas Buzelis and his defensive prowess, Isaac Okoro is also a very good defender. I genuinely think that this brand of basketball with Vooch is still going to work and look very exciting. I was quite surprised by how well the run and gun kind of style worked with Vooch as part of it. And we know he can shoot from distance. We know he can post up and kick out. And I genuinely think that this could work quite well. But obviously you don't have longevity with the likes of Vooch. So in that respect, we do need to start thinking about what's going to happen at the 5 position going forward. And who knows, maybe Noah Senge could be part of that. I don't see Jalen Smith seeing much tick unless there's some massive upswing in Billy's estimations of him. So you've got Zach Collins, who is going to probably be the backup to Vooch initially until Noah starts to find his feet a little bit. And then who knows, we may see him coming in as well. But generally, this is a really, really good move. I was really worried that they were going to push him too hard on the lower end, finally get a deal done at the 22, maybe 22 and a half kind of place with Josh. And, you know, as we've seen, and this is another part of the thing I was going to go into as to why Josh didn't do well when he first came to Chicago compared to how he finished out the season. And Josh does seem to let things bother him, right? We know full well that the whole, ruckus that went on with the girl that was supposedly underage and turned out that she wasn't underage at all, and all of that speculation that was out there for a while, and the abuse that he was getting online, it led to him replying to a lot of things on social media and kind of letting it be known that he was a little bit rattled and bothered and upset by it. So he does let things get in his head, and I was afraid that if the Bulls had pushed it too much with him, that would have got in his head as well, and that would have taken a number of weeks / months playing his way through that until he kind of settled back into a place where he was happy again. I think this deal, albeit not the level that his camp were looking for allegedly, is still in the middle enough, slap bang, right straight in the middle enough to keep both sides happy. It's less for the Bulls to pay compared to what was being asked for, and it's more for Josh compared to what was being offered right up to this point. So I think that'll be enough for him to come in with a clear head, the Bulls to come in with a clear conscience, and for it all to be quite harmonious and work quite well straight off the bat, which is brilliant. It's exactly what we need and exactly what Josh needs, and therefore ultimately exactly what the Chicago Bulls need too. So this is a good deal all round. I'm really happy about it. I'm really glad that it's done now and we can all move on. This is ready to be put to bed now. This is the last time I will be making a big deal about it. But for today, this is a big deal. This is what we needed. This is what the Bulls needed. And for all you out there that don't believe in Josh Giddey, I'm not saying that he's going to be the best thing since sliced bread. I'm not saying he's going to be the game changer for the Chicago Bulls, but he is a massive piece of making this work. He is not the handle, but he is one of the biggest cogs in the puzzle. And that's why I think that this is the start of the progression of this team. Now, the other thing that didn't really work for Josh Giddey when he started with the Bulls last season was himself and Kobe didn't seem to really connect. I don't think they connected outside of the court. And then that kind of filtered into them not really working well together on the court. That obviously got put to bed as the season went on, which made a massive difference as well. I think Kobe realized that actually this works with Giddey. I work with Giddey, and together we can make this whole thing come together. And the fact that they were able to realize that and push forward together on the same page as opposed to independently really showed on the floor and in the win column. And I know a lot of people will poo-poo it and say that teams weren't trying by the time they were winning. I'm sorry. I don't agree with that. A lot of the time, the teams that they were playing with are full rosters. You can't tell me that that famous game against the Lakers that they weren't trying. They were trying. They just failed. And Josh put the ball into the net in front of LeBron James from the halfway line. Thank you very much. Sayonara. Goodbye. Good night. God bless. Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. So this is good. I'm happy with Kobe staying as a Bull. We're probably looking at a deal a little bit closer to the 30 million mark for Kobe next season, but that's further down the road. I'll kick the can on that for now. And I think that what we're looking at now is the solid four pretty much decided now. You've got your Kobe White, Josh Giddey, Matas Buzelis, and Nikola Vucevic. The only one is that number three. What are we going to do at that position? And, I spoke about this before. I'd like to think that the Bulls will play Okoro, and I think ultimately that's what will happen. I don't think it will necessarily happen right out of the trap. I think it will be Herter, who has proven his worth in that position towards the back end of the season. It was what was working. So I think Billy will tend to trend towards that unless something massive changes in training in the preseason. And Billy decides actually Okoro is exactly what we need at the three. And that would be the only thing that would change that. I think unless there's some massive swing in Okoro's favor during the training camp sessions or preseason, it will possibly be Herter that starts at the three initially, and Okoro will eventually earn that. There is also the possibility that it could be Ayo Dosunmu, and I wouldn't have a problem with that. I love Ayo. I have his jersey. I think he is an absolutely brilliant Bulls player and member of the roster, local guy, loves to fire it up, two-way player, probably the best two-way player on the roster. But I think Billy appreciates his punch off of the bench a little bit more than he will lean towards playing him as a starter. Now, whether that changes as the season goes on, as it has often done, I don't know. But to have that boost off the bench from the likes of Ayo Dosunmu is brilliant to have in your arsenal. And I also think that Billy likes having him come off the bench. He'll probably be the first player off the bench more often than not, and I'm good with that. So that's about it from me. Just wanted to come on and do this emergency style breaking news pod about Josh. I'm delighted it's been done. Let's move on now. Let's get behind him. Look, if you're not a Josh Giddey fan, that's fine. I can accept that. But he's a Bull now. Get behind him. We know he's been signed for 4 years. Let's see where this goes. Let's follow this team. We all love this team. Let's get behind them. Let's see where they can take us. Let's see how far this can go. Let's work it out together. And let's be in it together. That's all I've got to say on it. Please do let me know in the comments what you think. Are you happy with this deal? Are you unhappy with this deal? But don't just tell me that. Tell me why. I want to hear what your reasons behind liking this deal are. I want to hear what your reasons behind not liking this deal are. Give me your arguments. I'll read them. I'll get back to you if I can, when I can. And I'm always open to somebody trying to change my mind, right? So let me know what you have to say. In the meantime, I've been Neill. This is C-Red UK. You'll find me at C-Red UK. Or if you want to find me on my own personal, it's at Neill C-Red UK. Until next time, do make sure that you like and subscribe. It really does make a big difference to me, even if it doesn't make much of a difference other than a little click for you. So please do that for me. And wherever you are in the world, until next time, see you red and go Bulls.